Good day, everybody. I hope that you are well, and I also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today, we'll be doing our grade 1 English lesson on possessive nouns. And before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once you've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select we say subject of language arts, grade 1. And then we're going to scroll down up until we get to the chapter of possessive nouns. All right, so we are doing possessive pronouns. So our chapter is possessive pronouns or possessive nouns. Our subject is English language arts. Grade 1. And the lessons that we are focusing on under the chapter of possessive nouns is to select the possessive noun that matches the picture. All right. So when it comes to possessive nouns, right? Possessive nouns, it shows who owns something or it shows who has something, right? So it's like it shows ownership or it basically shows who has something. So if something belongs to you, right, then we can say it's Anna's, it is Jake's, it is Lyle's, right? But it basically says who, or it indicates who it belongs to, or who has something, or who owns something. And to make a possessive noun, right, we need to add an apostrophe and s, like that little sign over there, to either a person, an animal, a place, or a thing. For example, if we want to say that the bike belongs to Matt, right? So if we want to say the bike belongs to Matt, and then we can say it is Matt's bike. So it's Matt's bike, right? So now we are showing ownership and we're showing that the bike belongs to Matt. And as you can see, it's Matt That's his name, Matt. But to show that it belongs to Matt, we have added the apostrophe, which is almost like a little core. It looks like a comma there on top and an S. So now it shows that it is Matt's. If we want to show that something maybe belongs to, let's say, Ali, right? Then we can say it is Ali's. And we put an apostrophe and an S. We want to say something belongs to Daniel, right? If we want to say it is Daniel's um, pencil, then we can say Daniel. There's the name apostrophe is so Daniel's, right? Pencil. So it shows that it's either it belongs to him or he owns it or he has it, right? The same year, the dog's name is Rex, right? So the dog's name is Rex. So if we want to say that this specific dog's name is Rex, and then we can just say dogs with an apostrophe S, name is Rex. Because of course it's my name or it's a dog's name, right? So you're showing ownership, right? And that is possessive nouns. Possessive, it's like, it shows who owns something or it shows who has something. Ownership. All right. And if we want to make mention of more words to show that, it is a possessive noun, right? So we said a possessive noun shows who owns something or it shows who has something. So it shows who owns something or it shows who has something, right? And we said that it can be possessive nouns can either indicate it being a person, it can be a thing, it can be an animal, right? And if we want to make mention, let's say, of a more people, right? So if we want to say that let's say the laptop, right? So if we say that the laptop belongs to, if you want to say that the laptop belongs to Jack, right? So if we want to say that the laptop belongs to Jack, right? Now, Jack is the owner of the laptop, right? It belongs to him. So if we want to show the possessive noun, then we can say it. Then we say it is Jack's. And we put the apostrophe in S, laptop. Right? Because now it shows that it still belongs to Jack, right? This is now the laptop that belongs to Jack, right? So instead of just saying the laptop belongs to Jack, we can also say it is Jack's laptop, right? And we basically need to add an apostrophe and an S, right? We add an apostrophe and an S after, or let's say basically at the end of the person's name, right? Whose class are you teaching? This is Nadine's class, right? So my name being Nadine, so we can say it is Nadine's apostrophe and S class. right? We can even say it is, if we want to make mention of a dog, right? And your dog's name is Fluffy. And Fluffy has a bowl, right? Then we can say it is Fluffy's, apostrophe and is, right? Fluffy's bowl, right? Or it is the cat's, apostrophe and is, it's the cat's fur, right? So this basically shows position, or it shows who owns something, or it shows who has something. And that is what we call possessive nouns, right? Someone who has something or someone who owns something shows position, right? And that is possessive nouns, right? And we see that when we write possessive nouns, right, it can refer to people, can refer to animals, or it can refer to things, right? As long as we're going to add the apostrophe and the is after the word to show who owns something or to indicate the owners of something, right? So we can say bowl, but let's say if we were to say it is your bowl, right? Now you need to write, for example, now you say it is Samuel's bowl. So this is your name for Samuel, right? So if we want to say that it is your bowl, like Samuel's bowl, then that is your name, Samuel, apostrophe is for Samuel's bowl. And this shows that the ball belongs to you. The ball belongs to Samuel. So it is Samuel's ball, right? And that basically shows ownership. It shows that it is something that you have. It's something that you own, right? And that it means that it belongs to Samuel. So we can say it is Samuel's ball. Or we can say it is Anna's dolls, right? But we need to add our apostrophe and our s, right? We need to add this letter, which is apostrophe and an s, in order to show the position. Remember, it's not necessarily about the ball, all right? But it's about the person or thing that owns the ball. So if you own the ball, then write your name there, put the apostrophe and s, and you put their ball. Because then it means it's ball. Or golf ball. So write your name, but add an apostrophe and an S to it. And then you either put ball or you put golf or you put basketball to it. Yes. So Daniel, right? But say Daniel, right? If that's your name, Daniel. Now put an apostrophe and S for Daniels. Then you say, for example, it is either Daniel's phone, Daniel's basketball, Daniel's jacket, Daniel's sneakers, or something that belongs to Daniel. All right. All right. So once again, we say that a possessive noun, it shows either who owns something or it shows who has something, right? And to make a possessive noun, we said you need to add an apostrophe and an s. So we need to add an apostrophe and an s, either to a person, to an animal, to a place, or to a thing. So, like I said, it's not about what you own, but it's about who, like, let's say, who owns it, right? So it's not about the ball, but it's about who owns the ball. It's not about the golf ball, but it's about who has the golf ball, right? And that is where you put the person's name, or you can say the man's, the boys, the girls, right? And you say what belongs to them or what they have, because that shows position, or it shows possessive nouns. All right. And if we make an example, all right. If we look at the picture over here, right, we're not going to match the picture with the correct possessive noun, right? We're going to match the possessive noun with the picture. All right. This is a boy, right? And that is his dad, right? It says the boy is holding his hand. Whose hand is the boy holding? If you look at the picture, whose hand is the boy holding? What is this person of him? What do you think this person is of him? So we need to say whose hand the boy is holding. All right, so this is his dad, right? So it's his dad, belongs to him, right? So if we want to show that, this is basically his dad, and then we can say the boy is holding his dad's. So there's dad, but to show that it is his dad, we are now putting the apostrophe and the S. The boy is holding his dad's hand. Dad is correct, but remember we need to also add the apostrophe and an S to show it is his dad. So the boy is holding his dad's hand. So we're adding the apostrophe and the S. So if this is his dad, but if he's holding his dad's hand, we're saying dad with the apostrophe and the S. So add the apostrophe and the S. Dad is correct, but remember we need to show possessive nouns now. So we are showing dads, like I've written it over here. Add that also to it. Now add this word, the apostrophe and the S. Add that letter. Add this, which is an apostrophe and an S. Because now we are now showing that it is his dad. It belongs to him. So the boy is holding his dad's hand. I think it's that sound there on top of the question mark on your laptop. Dad's, but remember we need to add the apostrophe. This apostrophe, it looks almost like a little comma, but the comma comes on top. I think it's there on top by the button on top of the question mark. Yes, Samuel, that's correct. There Samuel has it. So dad's. There Samuel has a dad's. So the boy is holding his dad's hand. So now this shows ownership because it is his dad. It belongs to him, right? So that is called a possessive noun. If we say, for example, dad's, right, and then it shows possessive, right? It's a possessive noun. It shows position, right? All right. So there we have it. The boy is holding his dad's hand. And there we have the full answer, dad's. All right. Okay, so it's her birthday, right? So it's her birthday and she's a girl, right? So it's her birthday and she's a girl. Now it says the cake is brown. Whose cake is brown? Whose cake is brown? We need to say whose cake is brown. So we said it's her birthday and she's a girl, right? So she's a girl. So which means that the girl's cake is brown. Yes, so girl, but remember we are showing position, right? So we need to show the possessive noun. So we need to say the girls by adding that apostrophe and the s. So we have the word girl. So we have the word girl, right? And we put the apostrophe and the s. So girls. It is the girls' cake. So the girls' cake is brown. So that now shows position. So putting the apostrophe and the s there, it shows position. It shows whose cake it is, or it shows whose cake is brown. So girl is correct, but remember we need to put the apostrophe because like I say, our chapter is possessive nouns. And in order for us to show the possession or the to show the possession or to show who owns something or has something, we need to add the apostrophe and s to a specific name, to a specific person, to a specific thing to show the ownership of a thing. Like in this case, right, it is the girl's cake, right? So we can say the girl's cake is brown. Don't forget the apostrophe and is. Like I said, it looks like a little comma, but on top. So it's a sign next to the enter button on the left hand side, next to the enter button. That's on the same button as inverted commas. All right. But that is the position, right? It is the girls' cake, right? It's the girls' cake. And once again, right, like I say, guys, look at this. Once again, it says possessive. This is our chapter, possessive nouns. It shows who owns something or it shows who has something. And in order for us to make a possessive noun, we need to add the apostrophe and s. We need to add that to our name, either to the animal, to a place, or a thing to show the possession, right? We need to add it to show the possession, to show that something belongs to someone. All right. And once again, if we look at an example, right? If we look at an example, if we want to say that the bike belongs to Matt, right? If we want to say that the bike belongs to Matt, then we say it is Matt's bike. And look at there, we added that apostrophe and the S for Matt's bike is red. So even it is the dog's name is Rex, right? And then we can say that, of course, it is the dog's, right? Whose name is Rex? The dog's name is Rex. And there we have the apostrophe and S to show that that name, of course, belongs to the dog, right? It is ownership. He belongs, it belongs to him, right? All right, we need to complete the sentence to match the picture. All right, who is wearing the dress? Who is wearing the dress? Is it a boy? Is it a girl? All right. So, of course, this is a girl who's wearing this pretty dress, right? So, we must not say the dress is pretty. So, the person's dress is pretty. So, whose dress is pretty? So, we say this is a girl, but we need to show the possessive noun. And this is a girl. So, the dress is pretty. Whose dress is pretty? All right, so we can say if the dress belongs to the girl, and then we can say it is the girl, the girl's this dress. It is hers. Because remember, if you're just gonna say girls, if you are just going to put girls, right? If you're gonna put it like that for girls, then now it shows that there's two or more girls. This with an S only shows that there are two or more girls. And we don't want that because we only seen one girl, right? And this one girl, it is her pretty dress. And that is why I'm saying we need to add the apostrophe and the S for girl. The girls. We need to add the apostrophe and S because if you're just going to put an S, then it's going to show it is more than one girl. All right. So the girl's dress, right? Or the girl's pretty dress, or the girl's dress is pretty, right? She owns the dress. It is her dress. And there we have our answer, right? The girl's dress. All right. All right. Okay, so now we're going to our test, right? And this is now where we're going to select the possessive noun that matches the picture. All right, so here we're having this picture once again, all right? It's a boy, he's holding someone's hand. So now the question says the boy is holding is it his grandma's hand or the boy is holding his dad's hand? Whose hand is the boy holding? His grandma's hand or his dad's hand? We either need to choose the first option or the second option, his grandma's or his dad's hand. Whose hand is this boy holding? The first option or the second option? So the boy is holding, is it his grandma's hands or his dad's hand? All right, so yes, we can say it is his dad's, right? So we can say the boy is holding his dad's, which is the second option, his dad's hand. So well done. Dad's is correct, right? But like I say, we need to just add the apostrophe and the S there. Because now just adding an S shows it's more than one dad. The cake looks good, right? Whose cake looks good? Is this one, is he a baby? Yes, well done, Annie. So this one, is he a baby or is he just a boy? Because now it says the baby's cake looks good or the boy's cake looks good. All right, so we can say, is this a baby? Do we say it's the baby's cake looks good? Or do we say second option, the boy's cake looks good? Whose cake is this that looks good? Is this the baby's cake that looks good or the boy's cake looks good? Whose cake looks good? Because remember, we're showing ownership, right? Something that you have, Something that belongs to you. Is this a baby? Is he a baby? Is this a baby? Is that one holding the cake a baby? Or is he a boy? Is he a baby that's holding the cake? Or is he a boy that's holding the cake? Guys, I'm gonna ask again, is this a baby or is he a boy? So it says the baby's cake looks good or the boy's cake looks good. All right. So we can say it is the boys. This is actually a boy, right? But do you want me? Okay, let's rather say the babies because you guys said baby, right? So I'm going to say baby with you. It says the baby's cake looks good. And as you can see there, it is not the baby. That's a boy that is over there. So the boy's cake, right? So that's a boy. All right. Yeah, it says the dress is pretty. Whose dress is pretty? Is this the girl's dress is pretty or the man's dress is pretty? Whose dress is pretty? We look at this picture. Whose dress is pretty? Is it the girl's dress is pretty or the man's dress is pretty? So do we say the girl's dress is pretty or do we say the man's dress is pretty? Whose dress is this? Who owns the dress? That is the question. Who owns the dress? All right. So we can say it is the girl's dress. Yes. Well done. It is the girl's dress. Right? So we can say the girl's dress. Yes, and well done. Girls is correct. All right. So we can then say, do we say the house's bushes is tall are tall or the streets bushes are tall? The house's bushes are tall. All right, so now we can say it is the house's bushes because this bushes belongs to the house, right? So we, yes, well done, Nanny. So we can say the house's bushes, right, are tall. All right, so we can say the house's bushes because it's the bushes that belong to the house. Yes, well done. So the house's bushes are tall, right? So it needs a trim. Yes, so well done, everybody. Okay, if we look at the next one, it says the truck is new. Whose truck is new? This one that's over here. Is he a boy or is he a store? Do we say the boy's truck is new or do we say the store's truck is new? Belongs to the store or it belongs now to the boy? Who does the truck belong to? Does it belong to the boy or does it belong to the store? Do we say the boy's truck is new or do we say the store's truck is new? It's the one who owns the truck, who the truck belongs to now. Someone who has the truck. Yes. All right. So well done. Right. So we can then say it is the boys' the boys' truck is new because now we are showing that the truck belongs to him. He owns the truck and it is a new truck, right? So we can then say it is the boys' truck is new. Boys is correct. All right, let's do the last one. Do we say the girls' cake is brown or do we say the clown's cake is brown? So the girls' cake is brown or do we say the clown's cake is brown? Whose cake is brown? So the girls' cake that is brown or the clown's cake is brown? So the girls' cake is brown or do we say the clown's cake is brown? All right. Then if we want to show who the cake belongs to, right? And then we can say it is the girl's cake that is brown. It is her cake. It is her day. It is her birthday, right? So which means that this cake belongs to her. So the girl's cake is brown. And well done. Well done. That is correct. Right? So we said this is possessive nouns. And possessive nouns, it shows either someone or something that owns something or that has something, right? And possessive nouns can be people, places, animals, or things, right? And we said that in order for us to show the possessive noun or who or what owns it, we need to add an apostrophe and an S to our specific word to show the possession. All right, so this is now the end of our lesson, grade 1. Thank you very much for joining our class, and I really hope that you're going to have an amazing evening further. Goodbye.